Really? You just gonna stare at me the whole time I do this? Whatever. You're so fucking immature. And I hope you're happy, because I have got a lot to say right now. What's up, everybody? Matt Inman back from the dead with episode 5 of the Scooby movie Look Back. And we're doing Arabian Nights.
Shaggy and Scooby are off to Arabia to become the Caliph's royal food testers. However, they find themselves in a lot of trouble whenever they end up eating the royal Caliph's entire lunch.
And in classic Scooby-Doo fashion, Scooby-Doo and Shaggy ruse the Caliph by dressing up as harem girls. And naturally, the Caliph chooses Shaggy to be his wife. In order to distract the Caliph, Shaggy begins telling the Caliph 2 stories, and that's where the meat of this movie lies. So basically, it's a clip show Scooby-Doo movie, much in the vein of Scooby-Doo Goes Hollywood, the first episode in this series. This movie marks the end of an era for Scooby-Doo, as it's the last movie to feature Don Messick as the voice of Scooby-Doo before his unfortunate passing. It's also really unfortunate that this was the last movie he voiced Scooby in, because he's only really in the movie for about 10 minutes. It also marks the end of an era because this is the last bit of Scooby-Doo related content that Hanna-Barbera produced before the rights got transitioned over to Warner Brothers. And damn, what a change that made. And lastly, in the winds of change, this is the last Scooby-Doo movie to feature Shaggy and Scooby-Doo exclusively. After this, they begin to incorporate the other members of Mystery Inc. This also marks a shift in the humor of the Scooby-Doo movies, as opposed to the bombardment of puns that we've been getting the last few installments. This actually shifts into more of a slapsticky visual gag style humor, and it is a welcome change.
Also, I know this is random, but look at how oddly Shaggy's face is animated in this movie. It's just so round and out of proportion. This can't be how it's always animated. It just looks more like a pup named Scooby-Doo style animation than its regular form.
So enough facts and exposition. How are the shorts themselves? They're kind of a mixed bag, really. Let me get into that.
The first story is basically Aladdin, except the genders are reversed. Instead of a young girl looking for a prince, it's a young boy looking for a princess. However, he's reluctant to even find a princess due to the one that lived in the castle with him long ago being stolen away in the night. Obviously, this is going to lead to a major problem. If the aging sultan dies, which he will because he's old, then the throne will be empty due to the prince not having a princess to marry. That's where the Sultan's assistant, Haman, comes in. Haman and the Wizard of Oz make a plan to steal the magical lamp from the Tomb of the Riches. The only problem is the Tomb of the Riches location is only revealed once every 3 years by the light of a blue full moon. Oh well, it just so happens that happens to be tomorrow. How fucking convenient. You must be pure of heart in order to enter the Tomb of the Riches, however, so they ruse Aaliyah Dane, a local village girl, to help them find the magical lamp. Rub me. Same, though.
Rub me? What can that mean?
Really, Aaliyah? It's not a riddle. What else could it mean?
And who else to be the genie other than Yogi Bear? I guess he's the most Robin Williams-like out of the Hanna-Barbera lineup, so it works.
That's right. Just like that.
What the hell is with all the sexual innuendos in this movie? They are not subtle at all. Somebody needs to come get these writers right now.
Aaliyah also seems to have no idea how wishes work, by the way. Even after wishing for two things already, she still has no idea how they're gonna get out of the Tomb of the Riches. What the hell is wrong with you?
And the rest you can pretty much fill in yourself. Aaliyah rescues the Sultan and the young prince. The baddies bite the dust. They live happily ever after. It's pretty standard stuff.
The ending has a pretty neat twist where Aaliyah turns out to be the same princess that was stolen away years ago. And that's pretty cool, I guess.
Overall, this is a decent but forgettable sequence in the movie. Yogi Bear talks about food the whole time. The story is the same thing we've seen 1,000 times over, just dressed up a little differently. The villain is kinda charismatic, but that's about it. Next. The next short is based around Sinbad the Sailor, played by Magilla Gorilla, who accidentally boards a pirate ship, mistaking it for his vacation cruise liner.
And the captain of the pirate ship tricks Magilla into finding hidden treasure for him in the guise of cruise ship party games. This sequence of the film is basically a Looney Tunes short. It is packed to the brim with sight gags and slapstick humor. Like Magilla just straight up walks a 90-degree angle up a cliff at one point. This gag here about roller coaster lines is probably my favorite joke in the entire movie, to be honest. And Charlie Adler, as the voice of the vertically challenged captain, provides the most entertainment and laughs in the entire film. For some reason, a giant cyclops is the owner of the last bit of treasure that they need to get, which is a golden toothbrush, by the way. As if that wasn't weird enough, he keeps making references to the musical Cats. Who are these jokes even for? I don't know. Then the whole goddamn island they're on is on the back of a whale and it lands on them. This movie just took a turn for the bizarre.
And that's really it with that short. Plot-wise, it's pretty thin, but it's got a lot of laughs and entertainments. I tried to scavenge bits of what I could, but there really isn't much here. It's just kind of time filler. I'm really on the fence as to whether or not this sequence is better than the first. It's certainly more funny and entertaining, but it just kind of gets bizarre towards the end. And how did they decide to end this movie, you ask? With what bow did they decide to tie their movie together with? Well, I'll tell ya.
Shaggy and Scooby's lives are spared due to their storytelling abilities, and they're hired on full-time as the Caliph's storytellers.
And that's it. It just kind of ends after that. And that ending pretty much sums up my entire experience with this movie. Jarring. It's not really a good or a bad Scooby-Doo movie, it's just kinda there. It's really like a fever dream of Scooby-Doo content, if you will. I'm not really sure if it's real and that I really just watched it, or if it's just something that I hallucinated and I'm just telling you all about it now. And that about wraps it up for this review of Scooby-Doo and Arabian Nights. You happy now, you armored piece of shit? Oh well, good thing I don't do this shit for you anyway, huh? And that's it for episode 5 of the Scooby Movie Look Back. If you've seen Scooby-Doo and Arabian Nights, let me know what you think about it in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, do whatever the fuck you guys feel like doing. I'm Matt Inman, and as always, I will see you guys next time.
I really didn't think he could get it down all by himself.